Well, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather. Thanks for logging on to this afternoon forecast update. We're sponsored today by Metal Magic in Washington. Give Chad a call, 698-8555 for all of your paintless dent repair needs. And of course, be sure to tell them Southern Indiana Weather sent you. All right, folks, it's election day, and it is a wet one for at least some parts of the state, but you can see the steady stream of moisture moving our way. This is going to continue to close in on us as the evening hours wear on. We're already dropping down into the low 50s, and those temperatures will continue to drop the closer we get towards sunset here as well. Good steady rain for most of us during the evening and into the early overnight hours. Low pressure will move through the area during the day tomorrow. Really, I think tomorrow the better chance of rain will be down in Kentucky. It becomes a little bit lower of a chance for us. Now, cold air behind this is going to be something that we're going to have to end up dealing with. You can already see those gray skies here as we take a look at our southwest sky cam looking out here from the Southern Indiana Weather Office. It's 4:12 here in the afternoon on election day, and it's a pretty nasty day out there, and it doesn't look like the conditions are going to improve any with that rain moving in. Now, we got some cooler weather on our way to talk about. In fact, I see multiple chances for some snow events coming up. And by snow events, I don't see anything major coming up, but I do see a handful of things where we could see some flurries. Now, we've basically got some rain to deal with tonight. We've got small chance of some rain to deal with tomorrow, but then by the time Thursday hits, we may have some rain changing over to a light snow kind of setup. You can see by Thursday evening here, by 7 p.m., you've got that 540 thickness line, this dashed blue line well to the south of us. If we take a look at temperatures in the upper levels of the atmosphere, it is well below zero there, so anything that would be falling should fall in the form of frozen precipitation. Of course, that would put this precipitation that we have lingering around in here in the form of light snow showers. But here's the thing. At the surface, the temperatures are here hanging into the low 40s across the area, so nothing would stick. But I do think that we could end up seeing some light snow showers on Thursday. Now, beyond that, we have some more chances as you go down the line. As you go into Saturday evening here, you've got, again, another chance of some rain and snow mixed into the area. Definitely some snow showers up to the north, but you see there's that dashed blue line right through Indiana. We can't always use that as a guide for where the rain-snow changeover line would be, especially this early in the year. We always need to take a look at temperatures at 4,000 feet, the 850 millibar level. Are they below freezing or not? And yes, they are. Right here along the Ohio River hovers the freezing line. So obviously the further north you go, the stronger of a chance with that being snow showers. But again, as we take a look at surface temperatures with that, we are in the mid-40s here in southern Indiana. And so again, maybe a potential for some light snow showers, but nothing would stick with this one either. We go into Sunday afternoon. You've got a little Alberta clipper here, a little piece of energy that wants to move down. It's potentially a little clipper system that's indicated here on the GFS. And again, you see it's kind of diving down into our area. As you take a look here, though, portions of the area are below freezing and portions of them are not. This time of the year, by the way, you don't want to look at just below freezing. You really want to be 2 or 3 degrees below freezing, -2 or -3 to really get some snow to reach down to the surface this time of the year in November. And so, again, this would be an iffy type of a situation, but some light rain or possibly some flurries, and I'm betting as this moves through, more of a flurry type of a situation for us. But you can see, again, temperatures in the low 40s, maybe some mid-40s as far as the far southwest corner of the state here by that time on Sunday whenever all this hits. So, again, you've already got 3 chances of snowfall here, folks. One moving in on Thursday night, one on Saturday night, and then one on Sunday afternoon. But it all looks like a very light snow shower or flurry type of a situation at best, where nothing is pretty well going to stick with this the way things look right now. That could change next week, though. We've got another big typhoon brewing out in the Pacific. Typhoon Nuri, it used to be Super Typhoon Nuri. It's starting to weaken down just a little bit, and that's good for Japan. Doesn't look like a direct hit to Japan, but of course they've had a lot of typhoons move past them. But you know what this means, because we've talked about this many times before. Typhoon rule, whenever you have a typhoon recurve past Japan, eventually it jacks up the jet stream, and 6 to 10 days later or so, we are the recipient of a trough over us, which brings some pretty nasty weather usually with it, either a major cool down or a big storm system or both potentially with it. So let's take a look at that. The models are already catching on to this. You see there it's poised to recurve. Take a look at this. There you go. These dashed lines that you see, these are the upper This is the trough that you see in the upper layers of the atmosphere. The black lines are your surface pressure lines. What you have here is a big low pressure. It's actually going to originate down here, track to the north, but what it's doing is it's rapidly deepening, and so it's pulling in cold air from Canada, wrapping around behind it. And you can see as you go through this that dashed line is part of the way through Indiana, and you still got some precipitation in with it. Take a look at this though. Again, already down into uh, the negatives here. We're into the below freezing line here at the 850 millibar level. So this would be the majority of this falling in snow. In fact, this is the -5C. So anything really in the state of Indiana by this time, according to the Euro, should be falling as snow, even though it's over the red line there. Again, the blue line is just a general direction, but we need to take a look at those actual freezing lines there. And what you can see is any of this here in Indiana should be following as some snow showers by this point. This would be Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. next week. So that's something that we'll keep an eye on as well. It is possible that we could get. Would anything stick with that? Well, let's take a look at surface temperatures for that as well. What you see, surface temperatures here, let me zoom in on that a little bit more. Surface temperatures here are actually in the mid 30s across the area to near the 40-degree mark as you get closer to the Ohio River. So there is a chance. Could some of this stick? Possibly we're getting into that range. Most likely we're not going to be below freezing yet. But if it rains, but if it snows, if it's a heavy enough snow shower, some of the metals on roof cars and the roofs of cars and things like that, if they get super cool enough, could certainly see some light accumulation there and maybe in the grassy areas. It's possible, but it's something that we will continue to monitor. It's not something that we can pinpoint right now and say, yes, it's going to snow. There's something that we'll keep an eye on it, folks. It doesn't look like a massive snowstorm for us yet, but this one is one that is trending very interesting. All of the models are picking up on it now, and all of them have keep coming up with different solutions with each and every model run. So again, this is well far out. This is about a week away at this point. So we'll continue to trend this over time and see what it does. But the bottom line is, regardless of whether any decent amount of snow or whether a little bit of snow sticks, it's going to be cold with temperatures through that. Let's talk about temperatures next week because that's going to be the bigger story, I think, than the potential for some snow. Temperatures next week are going to crash. You think it's cool this week. Baby, we ain't seen nothing yet until next week. What we're looking at here is temperature anomalies. And remember, this is in degrees Celsius. So what you're seeing here is an 8 to 12 degree Celsius temperature anomaly below normal. Add each degree Celsius below normal is 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit below normal. So what you're looking here is potential to be, 20 to 25 degrees below normal next week for both highs and low temperatures. So very, very, very cold weather on our way. If temperatures are in the upper 50s normally this time of the year, you do the math. Upper 30s to low 30s would be high temperatures with the potentially with this. And that's exactly what we see in the modeling. Let's just kind of pan it out here for you for a couple of days. It starts off there that Monday next week hits, and we are into the low to mid 50s for high temperatures across the area. And that storm system then will quickly move through, and by the time that night comes, our temperatures crash by Tuesday morning into the upper 20s across the area, according to the latest run of the GFS. By the time Tuesday hits, we've only rebounded to the mid to upper 30s across the area for our high temperatures, and then that night we go well below freezing again into the upper 20s across most of the area. And then by Wednesday, the GFS actually moderates it a little bit and takes us back into the low 40s across the area. The Euro model actually doesn't get us this warm. The Euro model keeps us 2 consistent days on both Wednesday and Thursday next week with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s for highs. So again, the strength and intensity of this trough that's going to come down is going to dictate what our temperatures are. But, we shouldn't be surprised with a big typhoon like this coming on. This is the result of what we get. We saw it last year with this. We've seen it many times already this year with this. But the later we get into the season with one of these typhoons recovering, the stronger of a chance we have for a big trough to come down and produce the potential for a little bit of snow there. But right now, it doesn't look like a big snowstorm to me at this point. It looks more like of a rain changing to some light snow event. Would any of it stick? Maybe or maybe not. There's a big question mark at that on this point. We'll keep an eye on that. But folks, that again, Tuesday of next week, on your Veterans Day next week is whenever the timing on this looks to be at this point. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your 10-day here, to your 10-day forecast here. Go to southernindianaweather.com, click on your 10-day forecast down tonight to about 48 degrees across the area. Rain likely. You saw that on radar. It's moving in. It's going to be a nice soaking rain for some of us during the overnight, easing into the evening hours and then easing up as we go later into the overnight hours. Again, we go down from a 70% chance to a 40% chance of precipitation tomorrow. Only a high in the mid 50s again. Not bad for the lows, though, again, with the cloud cover holding us up a little bit. But again, on Thursday, occasional showers, only a high in the mid to upper 40s across the area. Possibly some light snow flurries that night, but again, nothing probably going to stick by the time we don't go below freezing on Thursday night anyway, and by the time we get well into the 30s, that should be pretty much out of the way. Friday looks like a nice day, just very cold with temperatures in the mid 40s. And there again, we have another system moving through on Saturday. A little bit of rain during the day with highs in the upper 40s, maybe changing to some light snow showers or flurries on Saturday night. By the time Sunday hits, we only go to the mid 40s for a high, partly cloudy day with some flurries up in the area. We warm up to about 50 on Monday in advance of that big storm that's going to come in on Tuesday. But on Tuesday, I'm only forecasting us to go to a high temperature around 45 degrees, and that's actually a compromise between the GFS and the European version. The European actually takes us highs in the third. No, it actually doesn't. That's a Wednesday and Thursday. Excuse me. I'm getting my days mixed up here. Again, once that moves through, though, highs in the mid 40s basically that day. Again, could we see some light snow changing over that? Yes, we could. Here's what I have went the compromise on. European model keeps us into the 30s on both Wednesday and Thursday. GFS warms us up to the mid 40s on Thursday. I have chosen to put us upper 30s on Wednesday and low 40s on Thursday. Again, expect that to change quite a bit over the coming week or so as these details get fine-tuned out. But regardless, it gives you the point, folks, that we have a big time cool down coming our way. We'll continue to monitor it over the coming days and keep you updated. But right now would be a good time if you've got some furnace needs to get those repairs done, or to make sure that you've got your routine maintenance done on it and everything's ready to go. I think most of us probably turned on our furnace already a time or two this year, and you're going to need it for sure next week, folks. It's going to get downright cold. Multiple chances for some snows. Nothing big at this point. Again, it looks like just some flurries and snow showers, but we'll continue to keep you up to date. We are getting into that season where, these snow showers are going to be more common. And I do believe that by the time we get later into November, we'll probably have some accumulation. It's only a matter of time, folks. It's coming. That is it for this edition of our video forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite for SouthernIndianaWeather.com. Have a great day, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.